Hello, I'm Nicholas Pfaff. I'm the Deputy CEO of ICMA and the Head of Sustainable Finance. I'm here with Isabelle, who's the Deputy Treasurer of EBRD, and very importantly, she's also the Chair of the Principals. We're here at the EBRD, which is hosting the AGM of the Principals. And one of the topics of the day is the publication as part of our Q&A regarding the topic of defense and sustainability. This is something which, of course, is in the air. It's, a topic which is being brought up regularly in the market. And for us, I think the question was, well, how do we address this in the sustainable bond market? And Isabelle, if you can tell us where we landed.
Well, we had quite in-depth conversations about defense and the role that the sustainability market could play. We wanted to underline that there's nothing inherently contradictory about sustainability claims for the defense world, but we were trying to look at the appropriateness of the green social sustainability and sustainability linked bonds as a tool for financing the projects.
Yeah.
And I think the issue, we started back with first principles. What is it that we're trying to achieve through bonds that are aligned with the principles? And the key aspect is to ensure that we are directing finance and ideally ensuring the great quantum of finance needed to go towards sustainable goals, and not to do significant harm to any other environmental or social objectives. And I think in so doing, we could really see that the GSSS bond market that exists is not the right tool for it, because it's very hard for that market to really assess the do no significant harm aspect to it, and also the requisites that we have for transparency of use of proceeds, of allocating to projects, of even the selection of which projects are going to be the most impactful, will be the important determinant of what is to be funded by the labelled bond market. And therefore, we canvassed various investors and concluded that most investors would not fund projects or would not accept bonds that were funding such projects in their GSSS bond
particularly
portfolios.
weaponry, specific defense projects, huh?
Yes, and I think that even dual use becomes difficult because one still needs to ascertain how they're being used, who they're being used by, in what way they're being used, in order to establish whether they're even consistent with national or international treaties, whether the do no significant harm aspects as practiced by the labelled bond market would be applied. So the concern is that we wouldn't necessarily get the requisite level of transparency and insurance that any risks were mitigated or managed appropriately.
Right. But in terms of the role of social bonds, with respect to refugees, to displaced populations, to reconstruction, what were we able to say on that?
Well, I think we were able to highlight that, we saw this at the start of Ukraine war and the invasion of Ukraine, that actually we were able to put out guidance to highlight the ability of the social bond market to address the issues with refugees and displaced persons and what we can do to help finance it. But I think it even goes beyond that, also including the green bond market. And really this idea that defense is about so much more than just a focus on military usage and rearmaments or armaments and weaponry, but a focus on really critical issues like energy security, which is what the sustainable bond market has been focused on right from the start, access to clean water, all the different aspects of environmental and social goals that are governed by the principles, which not only serve to address populations that are refugees or in state of flux, but also should limit wars, the sort of drivers of conflict,
Right.
both within countries as well as of external conflict. So we think that the sustainable bond market is as relevant today with this fragile geopolitical situation that we've had over the last few years, because what we're critically focused on is ensuring that we finance those different aspects that ensure securities for populations, including the displaced.
Isabelle, thank you very much.
Thank you.